So today what I'm going to do is I have Bart here, and we're going to talk to him about the snatch and just different ways to be able to learn the snatch. He wanted some tips on, he doesn't do Olympic weightlifting at all, really.
I don't do any Olympic weightlifting, but I do want to get into it next year. So
Okay.
A lot of people have told me I should get started this year, or at least on the mobility and some of the movements.
Yeah. So what I'm going to focus on today is kind of my own way of working with somebody. So what we're going to do is we're going to work the top down for a lot of these movements, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to prep each movement and see kind of where he's at to see how I'm going to work with him. So one of the first things that's very important that I do with Bart is talking with the snatch, we have to find where the bar should be in his hands. So I'm going to ask the athlete, Bart, go ahead and please grab the bar.
Make sure my shoes are tight first.
Yeah.
And a snatch grip, right?
Yep, just go ahead and grab the bar. So if he were to relax his shoulders, we want the bar to be in his hip crease. So here's his hip crease. So he would adjust his hands to where the bar with his arms resting would find his hip crease. So do you find that the bar's in your hip crease now?
Yeah, I think so.
So this is where you would want the bar. We have even space between the knee and hip, okay? So that's how we know for him today, like as a real quick test of where he's gonna position his hands. So with that, now what I'm having to do is I'm gonna test his overhead mobility real quick, okay? So I'm gonna have him take that bar with that same grip and put it on your back. Okay. Now with the bar in his back, he has the same grip. I'm gonna ask him to keep the bar, keep the pressure here in his hands. Then I want him to press the bar above his head. Good. So, good overhead mobility. So now with this bar, we see that his elbows are locked out, which is really good. He's pushing through the shoulders. The bar's over a base of support. What I want him to do is push up and keep us right there, okay? This is a good position, nice strong position for that barbell, okay? He's gonna bring the bar back down to his traps. And what I'm gonna have him do right now, just to prep and warm up this movement, is I'm gonna go ahead and have him keep your chest up. I'm gonna continue to have him press 5 more times in a strict press behind the neck. Three, 2 more.
Am I supposed to be sweating already?
Yes, 1 more. That's 5, and relax. Good, he's gonna take the bar down, put it on the other side, put it back on the ground. So, actually, yeah, Bart's overhead mobility is pretty good. And we found where we want the bar to meet him on the hip. Now what I wanna do is I kinda wanna test his mobility within the squat. So before I have him try the overhead squat, I'm just gonna have him come over here with me to the wall. Now I'm gonna have him face the wall with his toes in a squatting position, and I want him to put his hands in the air, okay? And as he squats, some people call this squat therapy, I want him to keep a good midline and see how far down he can squat with keeping his hands up without touching the wall. Now, one of the problems that we're gonna see, potentially, I don't wanna say that because he's a phenomenal athlete, is that from his powerlifting background, he is typically a low bar squatter, so he's used to the bar being about here. So as he squats, he uses a lot of this lower back, and he's potentially a little bit forward as he comes out of the squat. Whereas high bar squatters have to be completely vertical, because if they're too far forward, they're gonna get sandwiched by the bar. It could have adverse effects for us in the overhead squat. We're gonna see what kind of mobility he has in his ankles and his upper body. So what I want you to do is get as close as comfortable as you can, hands in the air, okay? And I want you to go to a bottom of the air squat. So let's go ahead and squat all the way down. Not bad. Back up. Good. Take a step back. Keep your eyes neutral, and I want you to try to push your knees out and sit your hips between your heels as you go down. And down.
Oh, I feel a difference.
Way better, right?
Yeah, way better.
Good. Now go ahead and step forward a little bit. Knees go out, hips go underneath your heels. Down. Good. So he's keeping a really good midline. If we had a barbell over his head, I'm going to hold it for support. We need it to be here because we need that bar over the shoulder, the hip, and the ankle for that midline and that strength to be over the bar. So as he stands on a base of support. Go ahead and relax. Now, because this is not exactly what he does, he is going to get pretty tired just doing these basic movements, okay? But what I want to do is, before we ever add weight to an athlete, we have to test these movements well, you do have some good weight. But before we add weight or a barbell to his hands, let's test these movements and get them a little better. So now that I saw he's able to do that, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and bring him over to the weightlifting deck. And I'm gonna do a stretch for him that's not gonna feel very pleasant, but it's gonna help open up his upper thoracic, which you need this upper thoracic to be able to be open, because if you have a barbell overhead and the barbell is behind you but your chest is down, there's only a limiting amount of strength that you can maintain to hold that bar in position. Whereas if we were aligned correctly with the weight over the shoulder, the hip, and the ankle, and right over our head, we can hold more weight in that position. Will he look perfect tonight? No, I don't look perfect. Danny, any lifter that you know from our group doesn't look perfect, because we're always striving to be that way. There's always something we can fix. So don't get caught up in saying, oh, it didn't look perfect, I have to do it again. We want it to be done right. Right is not always necessarily perfect, if that makes sense.
So you're pretty much gonna mutilate my upper body right now?
A little bit, while you're bottom down to squat. We're gonna be pretty intimate for a second. So we're coming over here to the deck.
Yep.
So go ahead and go to the bottom of a squat. Down. Arms up. So I'm gonna come in here like this.
Yep.
And then I'm just gonna open him up here. And now he's gonna try to focus on balancing himself. I'm gonna hold him here. Move him around. Try to get, if it's too much, let me know. I'm just trying to get him open. Can you feel that tension and tightness?
I feel pretty open.
There you go. I actually learned this stretch from Ursula from Texas Barbell Club, really good coach. She did this to me and made me cry.
I thought you learned this from jiu-jitsu.
Yeah. Okay, good, so we had that open. And another way of opening up the upper thoracic and stretch, that's just one way, is by hanging on a barbell, and I'll show you that next. So come over here to the barbell.
Was that a full Nelson? What is that?
Yes. So I'm gonna ask Bart to go ahead and jump up on this barbell with similar to snatch grip real quick, like a similar snatch grip, go jump up. Now relax your lats, relax your back. I'm gonna apply 2 hands of pressure into his shoulder blades right here. I'm gonna lock my arms out and apply even pressure, and he's just gonna hang. And now I'm just gonna open it up that chest now, okay? Oh, damn. So for someone big and strong like Bart, you need someone big and strong like me to help you out with that stretch. Like Gio's super strong, but if she tried to do that to Bart, I don't know how far forward he would move. So always try to grab someone with similar size or strength if you're doing this stretch, and always make sure your arms are locked out. If not, you're like basically bench pressing the person the whole time.
I see.
Okay, so that's a good one for opening the stretch, and so is that one. So now, we're gonna go over here and do some more movement.
I felt like he just opened my muscles up by like 5 to 10 years. That's what it feels like right now.
So, now he's walking around like Mark Bell, okay? So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna help him to understand the full lift, but understanding the full lift comes by breaking down those movements. So we're gonna work from the top down. We have 3 positions. Position 1's at the hip, position 2 above the knee, position 3 is at the shin, which is also known as the floor, which where the barbell would be resting if there was weights on the bar. But since we don't have weights on the bar, we're gonna say position 3 is at the shin, okay? So go ahead and grab the barbell, put it in position 1. Okay, so nice and relaxed. I don't want you to push the bar into position. I want you to catch the bar. So all we're gonna do is bring our feet in a little bit more of a pulling stance. And then as the barbell goes over your head, when you finish like an upright row, when you finish, move your feet into a catching position. You don't have to squat all the way down, just squat enough to receive the bar with locked out arms, okay? So go ahead and go. Not bad. Now catch it with a soft knee. Keep it up top. Have a soft knee, kind of like an athletic stance, okay? So what we're doing right now is I'm having him catch with a soft knee, because as he catches with a soft knee, we'll catch a little bit lower, and a little bit lower, and a little bit lower until he does the actual snatch. Okay, back to the hip. Okay, now what I want you to do is keep the bar as close as you can, but at the top, I want you to just turn your wrist over. Okay, just turn your wrist over and catch, and as you catch, the same timing that you catch, you should hear your feet moving to the receiving position, which is also known as the squatting position. So we go for our feet in a pulling position, then when I finish, catching position. So at the same time, bam, catch with soft knees, okay? So see you do it. Way better, good. Soft knees, good. Then back down into the hip, catch, and stay in the catch position. Go. Not bad, good. Come back up. So what we saw there with the bar at the hip, we saw that he had an understanding of the catching position, but because he was trying to go to the catching position, he pulled his pull short to get to here. I still want him to finish, but if you can no longer go up, where's the only place you can go? Down. So I want you to finish, catch. Got it. Slight bend in the knee and finish. That's all right. That was his best one right there. We're gonna do it one more time. Keep the pulling position and catch. Not bad. Go ahead and stand up. We're gonna put the bar on the ground because the bar's gonna start eating up his hands. I'm not gonna be a dick and make him keep doing that, okay? Now some of you go, well, Charlie, you haven't addressed the hook grip of bar. That's one of the first things you should address with Olympic weightlifting. Right now, for just becoming familiarized with the barbell, I don't really care how he's gripping the bar. What I'm more concerned about is the less things he has to think about. Right now, I'm already teaching him a new movement. I don't want to have to say, you have to hook grip, you have to cross your eyes, you have to squeeze your butt cheeks, you have to turn a certain way. Let's just talk about fixing some of the biggest problems to get the best results. Later, as we put more weight on the bar, then we can talk about the hook grip, because at that point, it makes sense, because at that point, we're adding weight. As of right now, if he wants to use it or not use it, it's not really a big deal. We're learning the movement. The movement's bigger than the position of the hand, okay, or how we're holding the bar. So, now I'm gonna ask him to step aside, and I feel like you're probably a visual learner as well. Yes. So I want you to stand to the side right here. So what I had him doing here was I had him in position 1. He's gonna finish and catch. So as he finishes and catches, he goes from a pulling stance to a catching stance. So here's his pulling stance, then catching stance, right? So he's here. Now, he's not comfortable with overhead squat because he's never done one yet, right? So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna keep sinking lower and lower in our catch till we end up in an overhead squat. So we're gonna do a drill now where every time I'm gonna have him try to catch the bar a little bit lower and then ride it down into a squat. So he's gonna be here, he's gonna go catch, and I'm gonna say, okay, sink down just a little bit, and if he feels comfortable right here, he's gonna stop right here and then stand back up. Then we're gonna go again, we say catch, he's gonna finish, catch, and then he's gonna ride it in a little bit lower. Maybe he's at parallel this time. I'm gonna have him stand back up. And then we're gonna go catch, and he's gonna ride it all the way down, stand back up, and he's gonna complete a really good overhead squat. But we're gonna progress to that with the athlete, making them comfortable so he doesn't feel like he's doing something so obscure and new. It's a progression to that position, okay? Go ahead and grab the bar. Now that he has the bar, he's gonna put his feet in a pulling position or a jumping position. He's gonna catch the bar overhead and catch a little bit lower. Go ahead, slight dip, okay, slight dip, and up and catch. Now ride it down a little bit. Good, and we're almost below parallel at that point. A little bit of shifting his weight forward, but he's just figuring it out. Put the bar back at the hip. Slight bend in the knee. Finish and catch. Ride it down. Look it up, in the bottom position now, and up. Good, okay.
Whoa.
Bring the bar back down. Put the bar on the ground, and we're gonna do one more, but I'm gonna address something. What we looked at right now, if you saw that angle with Bart, when he finally hit that bottom position and he got bottomed out, where did he have to push that bar? Further back to find balance, right? So naturally as an athlete, he figured out where he needed to be to find balance. Well, what he was making up for is something that he'll have to spend some time on, that I will as well, is developing that upper thoracic. The reason why he'd push the bar back is to find balance for his body with a stable weight overhead. If he would have kept it where he's at, that weight would have sent him forward. So naturally, as an athlete, he put himself where he needed to be. Now what we're gonna look at on this next one, he's gonna be here with a slight bend in the knee. He's gonna catch, write it down, and what I want him to focus on is keeping his eyes forward and his chest up as he goes down. Because as soon as the chest breaks, the bar has to go back to compensate for where that bar's at. But if he can maintain his chest parallel to the wall and his eyes forward as he goes down, he should be able to hit a full range squat and stand back up, which would be a very successful thing for us, because this is some of your first time overhead squatting, right?
Yeah.
Grab the bar, snatch grip position. Okay, slight bend in the knee, feet in a pulling stance. We're gonna finish catch and then ride it down. Ride it down, chest up, back up. Not a problem, look at that, doing great, do it again. Feet coming close to a pulling slash jumping stance, slight bend in the knee, and finish. Ride it down and up. And he has successfully completed a full snatch from position 1. Now let's get a little bit more tricky. Bring the bar to your hip. Now, you might want to come to the side for this. So what we're looking at here with this bar path is that from the ground, the bar has to continue on a straight path, but our bar has to move in a straight line. So we're not moving our body around the bar, okay? Yes, we are. So we're not moving our bar around the body, we're moving our body around the bar because the bar needs to go straight. So from here, he's gonna get his feet in a pulling slash jumping position. Now what I want to do is think like a good morning. I want him to keep his arms loose, keep his back tight. He's gonna advance the bar back to the top of his knee. And as he advances the bar to the top of his knee, his shin should be vertical and his butt should be back. A little bit more. You feel that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So go ahead and get back to that position. He's gonna ride it down, down, down. Chest is over the bar, knees are back, stop, knees are back. Now, why is it imperative for the shins to be vertical? Because at position 2, we would have just passed position 1. So if we passed through position 1, the shins would have to be vertical because if they weren't vertical, where would the bar have to go around?
Then the knees.
Bend of the knee. Bring the bar to the hip and relax. That is the most uncomfortable position to be in all of weightlifting. I'm the second most uncomfortable position, which is right here next to you. All right, so what's gonna happen is he's gonna feel an extreme burning right here in the back of his hamstrings and his glutes and his lower back because he's engaged. Go ahead and put the bar down. This is now gonna come to a teaching point that is something that I coach, it's something that I teach, and I call it ghetto weightlifting, okay? That's what I'm gonna call it tonight, is ghetto weightlifting.
Sounds good.
So if from the snatch, what we're trying to do is mimic the movement of sport or the aspect of a jump. How we jump is imperative to how the barbell is gonna move. Now, I'm gonna demo with you real quick, and I call this ghetto weightlifting. So come over here, face this way. Now, I want you to load up, hands behind your hips, load up, but don't jump, but I want you to load up to do like a really far broad jump. So for example, like get ready and like you're gonna broad jump as far as you can. Now come here from the side, please. Now watch, I'll say load. When I say load, you're gonna stop. When I say go, you're gonna broad jump as far as you can. Load. Everyone see this? Jump. Big broad jump, right? Go ahead and come back, Bart. Come back. Hey, I'm done.
I think I broke all my joints.
Okay, now watch. Now I'm gonna ask him to load and then vertical jump. So watch from the side. Go ahead and load. Vertical jump. Good. Okay. Now I'm gonna ask the athlete the difference between, you can probably slow-mo this up, right? And show everything, which is pretty cool, like, right? But if you slow-mo it up, the setup on the broad jump and the setup of the vertical jump, right here, right? Hamstrings engaged, ready to go. Shins are vertical, weights here. I'm gonna jump, I'm gonna go this way. If I'm gonna jump, I'm gonna say, the difference for the broad jump is where was the chest when I finished? Going forward. On a vertical jump, if I wanna go as high as I can backwards, I have to bring my chest up and finish vertical to go high. Athletes get a really big misconception when a coach tells you to jump or pull on the bar as though you're jumping, and as they're chasing the bar forward, it's because when they go to jump, they keep their chest down, and when they finish, they're either hitting the bar hard with their hips and the bar's flying away from them, or they're never finishing their pull and it's out front. So we have to be patient enough to know that as I go from position 1 to position 2, and I load my hamstrings, that now, as I approach the snatch from position 2 with vertical shins, I need to be patient, get my shoulders back to pull myself into position 1, and then finish. If not, why does position 1 even exist? Right? So from 2, we're gonna go to 1, from 1, we're gonna go to 2, and I'm gonna see how he feels those transitions, okay? So come back. Go ahead and grab the bar for me. Slide bend in the knee, Okay, oh, keep the bar here. Slide bend the knee, good. Position 1, advance down to position 2. Bar goes down, push the knees back. Okay, now that we're here, I want him to pull back to position 2 without losing any tension in his hamstrings. So the shoulders go back. Position 1, stop. Back down to position 2. Stop. Position 1. Stop. Position 2. Position 1. And pause. Put the bar on the ground. I don't want to burn your hands out. So what's important for the athlete now is I need to move slow and have him feel that burn and ingrain that bar path before I decide to just go. Like, how will you know where to go if you don't feel it? That's why I really believe that static exercises or isolated exercises like this help the athlete feel each individual muscle as they're firing, as they hit position, so that they can find those positions and have muscle memory as they move through speed in that movement, right? If you don't, then you're kind of like, it's like you're upside down, you don't even know where you're at. So now what we're gonna do is with Bart, we're gonna go position 1, we're gonna, in that nice dip position, he's gonna finish up tall, ride the squat down to a full snatch. We'll bring the bar back down. We'll do position 1. We'll advance down to position 2. And for position 2, we're gonna have him go ahead and do that snatch and see what happens. So here's position 1. Scoot forward. Slide bend in the knee. Chest is up. Go ahead. Power. Catch with soft knees. Ride it down. Ride the squat down. Back up. Good, now let's do it again in position 1. And remember, move your feet to that catching position, catch, and then ride it down. Okay, here we go. Slide bend in the knee. And finish. Ride it down. There we go, back up. Okay, now bar in position 1. Feet in a pulling / jumping stance. Advance the bar to position 2. Feel the hamstring burn, knees back, knees back, knees back. Okay, now from here, I want you to finish through 1, catch soft knees, and then ride that squat down. Go. Good. Now we're gonna do that same thing again. Go to position 2, hit 1, go down to position 2. Now we're gonna do the same thing and we're gonna speed it up just a little bit. Go. Ride it down, back up. That's all right, find your balance. And up. Good. Bring the bar back, position 1. Advance the bar down to position 2. Stay over the bar, push your knees back. Now a little bit quicker and right underneath. Up, ride it down, and then back up. Good. One more. Back to position 1. This time, you're just gonna go right to the bottom of the squat, okay? This will be the first time we do it. So now we're gonna go position 1. Position 2, knees back. Now I want you to catch it and then ride it all the way down to a squat. Go. And up. Working with an athlete's so much fun because I'm pretty sure that's one of the first times he's ever done this, and he naturally put himself in the right positions. That was awesome. So jump from position 1, catch to soft knees, catch to softer knees, catch to the bottom of the squat. Then we did 1 all the way down, all the way through. We worked position 2, getting back to 1 and finishing. We put more speed on position 2. He just completed a full snatch from position 2. Awesome, right? Really, really cool.
I never thought that the bar could give me such a good workout.
Oh, you're burning right now.
Yeah, I'm burning and then I'm sweating.
Yeah.
Not a breath. That's crazy.
That's good. Now we have one last thing. For him to be able to perform an actual snatch, the full thing, we have to do it from the floor, which would be from the shin. So now what we're gonna do is learn, and this is, I wouldn't say the hardest, but maybe the most challenging, is from the floor how the athlete negotiates the knee as the bar's coming up. A lot of athletes will try to go around their knee off the floor, and if you do that, it's gonna create a really weird movement from the bar. So now what we're gonna do is let him shake his arms out, breathe for a second, okay? We're gonna advance the bar down from 1 down to 2, then I'm gonna have him get into an actual starting position. I'm gonna call that position number 3 or the floor. Do you guys have small bucket plates?
Yeah, any one of those.
Okay, no, that's too heavy.
Big ones?
Yeah.
What about like 10s? How heavy? Like?
Yeah, that'd be good over there.
Yeah, it's good coach. The bar's hard.
Not bad though, right? Do you have collars?
Yep.
What do you put?
I have a
That's fine. Okay, so he showed me that he was successful with the bar overhead with weight from different positions. He's very strong, okay? So I'm not afraid to put 20 more pounds on the bar. But I feel he needs to feel a true position from the floor, which is having weight on the bar. So we gotta get his start down. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is have him grab the bar safely in that snatch position. Go ahead and bring the bar up to you. Stand up. Okay. He's in position 1 with bent knees, bent knees. Okay, stay there. Position 1, position 2. Knees go, bar goes down, position 2. Knees back, knees back, knees back. Knees, stop, come up, knees back. Right there. Now, he's gonna bring the bar down and sit his butt down. Sit your butt down and advance the knees forward until he's at the starting position. And he's down. This is Bart's starting position right here. Burns like hell, right?
I can barely breathe.
Okay, tight back, tight back, tight back. From here, what he wants to do is the shins need to get vertical and he brings the bar.
Oh, shit.
Come up, come up. Relax for a second.
I never did so much cardio before.
It's shitty, huh?
Yeah.
That's good, okay, it's good. Okay, grab the bar in that same starting position. Okay, he's down. Now, as the bar comes up, he needs to push his knee back and up, knees back to position 2. Higher, 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 higher. Right there. Hurts like hell. There's his position 2. Back down to the floor. Knees advance forward, chest is up. Strongest guy in the world, and this hurts really bad right now, okay?
I am the
something
strongest
new.
guy in the world, yeah.
Something new, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead and relax. Go ahead and stand up.
Oh, thank goodness.
So it's hard. The other thing too is it's something he's never done before. So all of his muscles are like, what the hell is going on? Like, I don't understand these positions. Usually if I'm in this position, I'm ripping the bar right away. I'm not really thinking about getting tight or setting up, okay? Now, if we look at this athlete here as Bart, he's a very stacked dude. I mean, let's get a camera on this guy. He's stacked, right? Now, a lot of muscle here is on the front side, but from hanging out with Bart over the weekend, I've realized, turn around, there's a lot more muscle on this side of his body. His entire back, big glutes, big hamstrings and calves. If we look at the way that our body is designed, our spine comes from the back of our head and it runs on the back side of our body, okay? It's not on the front side of our body. So our structural support or our support of our body or our main strength is gonna come from being aligned in the back. Now, as Bart is moving weight, one of the things we have to understand is, if we look at angles, go ahead and come from this side for me real quick, please. If we're thinking about angles, as soon as his hand attaches to the bar, he becomes an acute angle. There is weight that is bringing him forward, whether it is only 55 pounds, okay, or whether it's 355 pounds. If he has his hands on a barbell, him and the weight are one entity. They are one thing. They're moving together. So if there's weight in front of him, it's throwing off his center of gravity. It's bringing him forward. Now, if you're trying to bring weight off the ground and catch it, that's gonna have really devastating effects if you don't do it the right way. So instead of pulling like this, tight from the front, we have to pull with our back and our lats. So one thing that I like to do as a way to teach athletes how to turn their back on when they're lifting is, take both your hands, put them by your side, like this, like Iron Man, like he's about to blast off. Now, all the pressure in your palms, I want you to press down as hard as you can. Push down hard.
Oh, yeah, I feel
Okay,
it.
do you feel how tight your back is?
Yeah.
Okay, now I call this locking it in. Go ahead and turn this way. Relax. I want to show the camera, okay? So this is his back, just relax. Put your hands by your side. Press down. Does everyone see how locked in his back is now? This is what you have to feel. When a coach says get set in the bottom position, we're locking this back in and keeping it locked because this is where we want the weight to be stacked over. We have to pull from the backside of our body to bring the weight back to us to receive it in a position of strength that is on a locked out, strong back, okay? Right over our spine. If we leave the bar out front, out here, all that strain is gonna be right here in the front delts, rear delts, pec, everything's gonna hurt. But if we can get that bar over our back and get our back tight and locked in, everything is connected, and that energy and that weight from the bar is distributed evenly to the back instead of being isolated right here into the front delt. Okay, does that make sense? So, get back into that start position for me. Boy maker. All right, back in that start position.
I've never been so scared of 65 pounds in my life.
Okay, grab the bar. We're gonna advance slowly through all positions, and we're gonna put the bar down, and then we're gonna lift from there. So pull to position number 2. Up, position 1. Good, so you know what it feels like, right?
Yes.
Just put the bar on the ground, shake it out. I'm gonna show you what you're gonna do, then I want you to do it.
Okay.
So you can watch from the side. You're gonna get set. And then at your own speed, however fast you want to go, watch out for the monster. From your speed, however fast you want to go, you're from here, the knees go back, the bar's gonna come up, catch, ride it down, stand up. If you're uncomfortable with that, what you can do is do this. Come up, catch, then ride it down, then come back up. So whatever you feel comfortable. How about we catch with those soft knees first, then ride it down, and we'll do the full thing.
Sounds good.
It doesn't have to be fast. It just has to be fluid.
I'm gonna do a couple curls after this, so I feel like a man again.
There you go, good. Here we go. From the floor, don't worry about hitting, like just go ahead and move. We've drilled positions, just go ahead and move. Catch the bar, chest up and go. Now ride the squat down and back up. Not back, good. Bring the bar back down. Put the bar on the ground. Now I want you to see you be reactionary, not thought processed. As soon as you're set from the ground, I want you to snatch, okay?
The 2016 U.S. Olympics, Part 1, 900 pounds on the floor. Thanks, guys.
Nice and easy, one fluid motion, chest up, butt down, and ride it down and up. Good. Good, put the bar down. That was awesome. Okay.
Thank you.
That was sick.
Thank you so much.
Now we're gonna do one more time.
Okay.
Okay? And we're not gonna pause.
All right.
This one we're doing the full thing. You're doing your first snatch, and I'm gonna film it too. So nice and smooth the whole way through. All right, first official snatch right here. Barbell Brigade. Nice and smooth, buddy, remember. Nice and smooth, you can do it. Be reactionary.
World record, 1,200 pounds.
The pride of Los Angeles. There it is. There it is.
Did it matter that it was caught crooked?
Here's the thing, were your arms locked out?
I think so.
Yeah, as long as the arms were locked out in Olympic weightlifting standards, that'd be a good lift, okay? Now, the reason why you might have been off a little bit is because it's new, right? That was the first time you went to the full snatch. Now, that is a successful lift.
Thank you.
It's a successful lift. You did a great job. And
How much I pay you?
No, you're fine. You've never really done anything like this before, right? So if anything is easy the first time you do it, probably not worth trying to pursue. But because this is a challenge, this is the epitome of sport when it comes to weightlifting. It's the Olympic standard.
Yeah.
The snatch is the hardest lift to master in the world. I believe that. You can quote me, I don't care what anyone says, the snatch is the hardest.
What do you think about skull crushers?
Skull crushers are hard as long as,
Especially with like the easy bar?
yeah, I mean, sometimes I just get like a deep pain in the middle of the elbow, and it's not because I'm tired, it's just like a sharp pain. And I wonder about fish oil, I wonder about a lot of things. But Mark Bell said, fuck your elbow, so I can't complain, right? Yeah. But with a snatch, what I'm saying is your start position, your ability to identify positions, just your ability to be in the overhead position, bottom out and overhead squat, or the bottom of a snatch, as a power lifter, is leaps and bounds past a lot of other people. I think with more time, you'll do a great job. But our goal for today was to teach him a top-down progression to get his shoulders loose and to perform a snatch from the floor. Was it the prettiest thing in the world? No, it was not at all. But did he complete the movement and did he do it in a manner that was safe? And did he accomplish the task? Yes. How do we get better? Confidence, practice, and patience. Confidence in the lift, be assertive when you're doing it, okay? Practice, keep working at it, and be patient because it's hard, okay? And I think that if he applies those things and he pursues a coach in the area that's good for him, that could watch him and see what he's doing, no problem doing this. You'll do awesome. Your basic strength is there.
Awesome, thank you so much.
No problem. That was cool.
One would be kind of use it like a pause and really squeeze your back, pulling the barbell into the board, not slamming it, but pulling it in. Think about cracking that board in half, getting tension, and then slamming back out, performing your reps that way. The other way we like to use it is more almost like a